Hello, welcome to the fourth week of the Pennsylvania Maple Monday Moment. My name is Landis Crawford, and I am the 2021 Pennsylvania Maple Ambassador. So today, here with me, I have Andy Dewing from Dewy Meadows Farms. He is in the Endless Mountains Association. So Andy, why don't you tell us about where you're at in the state?
Okay, well, we're in Bradford County. Endless Mountains covers Bradford, Susquehanna, Wyoming, and that area. Our farm is actually located 1 mile from the New York State border. Our sugar bush is fairly high. It's between 16 and 1,700 feet. As a matter of fact, I walked through the sugar bush checking things out yesterday, and at least 2/3 of it still has about 6 to 8 inches of snow.
Oh, wow.
And so we've had pretty anemic runs. We tapped on the 20th and we boiled first on the 26th. And we boiled out 8 times since then. Yesterday was the heaviest run we had, but it only ran from about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It got above freezing and was freezing again by 7 o'clock. So
Okay.
it was, but that ran the heaviest we've run, because right now, like, compared to last year, we were getting about done. And I've only made about 125 gallons this year. That's a little less than a third of what I would normally make. So I'm hoping there's still a lot of season left.
I think most people are, although I know locally everyone's at about 50%. So a quarter's a little low, but it's been chilly.
Yes, we've been very cold and very windy.
That wind for today, that 42 does not feel 42.
Well, you're warmer than we are. We have 32 right now.
Yeah, it's a little chillier. Yeah, how's the syrup been looking that you've made so far?
Well, the sugar content has been good. We've had good sugar content, but the sap flow has been poor. We have a vacuum system, and it's not high vacuum. I was feeling a little discouraged, and I talked to a neighbor who has about 12 buckets on trees, and I asked him if his buckets had been full, and he says, "Oh no, they're only about a quarter full." And I thought, okay, well, maybe it's just the way it's running here. I talked to a few other, Donnie, Russell. They have a high vacuum system, and he said they had been running pretty well. So I think they've been running a little better than we had. But you can tell if you watch it run whether you get excited or not. Every time I get up there, I seem a little disappointed. It ran good yesterday, and we thought we'd have more today because it's supposed to stay warm all night. It actually froze about 7 o'clock. I got up at 1:30 and it was 35. So I went up and started. It was still kind of frozen. It was still about 36 this morning, and it ran, but didn't really run hard. It didn't get very warm today either. We come home from church and had a snow squall. It looked like we got an inch of snow in a minute, but 10 minutes later, the sun come out and it was pretty well melted away.
Oh boy.
The people I've talked to have said the sugar content's been good. Ours has been running right about 2, and we're happy if it's 2. When it gets below 2, we get a little disappointed. But that seems to happen every year. More so lately than I haven't checked anything that's been under 2 yet.
Well, that's good. That's really good.
So I'm a little disappointed personally with the season, but it's not over yet either. So
that's true.
With that much snow in the woods, I think it'll hold on for a while. It looks like we're getting in the forecast is for pretty good. Looks like good weather for us this next week. Supposed to freeze most every night.
That would be great, wouldn't it? Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, just the fact that we had an awful lot of snow. We probably had 24 inches of snow in the woods when we tapped. We had to tap everything on snowshoes. And I went to walk in the woods one day to check, and I decided I'd forget the snowshoes, only to make a trek back to get them because it was just too much work.
Did the grandkids still help on snowshoes?
Oh, yes. We had quite a crew out there. We got everything tapped in one day, which is pretty good on when you're working on snowshoes. But I had one of the grandsons with me in the morning and a different one in the afternoon, and granddaughter was drilling trees too. And so we had 4 or 5 crews that we were tapping with, and so we got them all tapped.
Awesome. About how many trees do you tap?
We tap about, I used to have about 2,000 taps up there, and I rearranged the vacuum system a few years ago, and I never got them all tapped. So I've got about 1,700 taps.
That's still pretty good.
It's been a little disappointing every time I go up there and the tank's not full. I'm a little disappointed, but that's life in the sugar business, I guess.
Understandable, yes.
Hey, well, thanks for your work and your reporting, and look forward to seeing some more.
Yeah, thank you for joining me today.
You're welcome.